are in a beautiful site called the Garden Tomb. In the mid-19th century, several Christian scholars, among them General Gordon, suggested that this rocky hill behind me is the place of the crucifixion of Jesus. They believed so since, according to the scriptures, Jesus was crucified in a place called in Hebrew the skull, which means Golgotha in Aramaic. If you look closely, you can see a skull-like shape in the rock. You can see the eyes, nose, and other features. We can learn from the Gospel that Calvary was outside the city walls, and the Garden Tomb is indeed outside the city walls. John 19:41 teaches us that in the place where Jesus was crucified, there was a garden, and in the garden a new tomb in which no one had ever been laid. Archaeological evidence shows an ancient winepress and cistern, suggesting that this area was an agricultural garden during Jesus' time, as written in the Gospel of John. And inside the garden, an ancient Jewish tomb was discovered, which some believe to be Jesus' empty tomb. While some Protestants believe this is the authentic place of crucifixion, burial, and resurrection of Jesus, other Protestants and other denominations come and visit the site even if they believe that the real place of crucifixion is the Holy Sepulchre Church. Most scholars claim that the dating of the archaeological evidence that were made in the 19th century isn't correct. And today, some scholars believe that the burial cave was made and used 700 or 800 years before the time of Jesus. And the cistern and winepress that were found here in the garden are from Crusaders' period, which is more than 1,000 years after Jesus' time. There is no historical and archaeological sequence of research and worship in this location, as we have in the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. The Garden Tomb was identified as the burial site of Jesus nearly 2,000 years after the event happened. So, archaeologically, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre gives us more certainty for being the true location of the crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus. That being said, and without going into the politics of this dispute, there is no 100% identification of any of the sites as the authentic crucifixion, burial, and resurrection site of Jesus. Therefore, like always, each person is entitled to have his own opinion. Regardless of their beliefs in the authenticity of this place, this site is one of many beautiful and peaceful sites in Jerusalem. Many individual pilgrims and Christian groups come here to learn about Jesus, to connect with their Lord, and have a communion if they are Protestants.
The full online course is now available at a 50% Christmas discount. Click the link in the description or the first comment to join.